Okay, just a quick video about our dear Prime Minister that was installed. Mark Carney's speech at Davos. One, globalism is a failure. We all know this. Two, don't be fooled. He absolutely aligned us with the Communist Party. So this whole quoting from an anti-communist manifesto while he's aligning us with communism and implementing increasing censorship and patterns of censorious behavior and authoritarian behavior. Like, for example, the Emergencies Act that was illegally used against our population, violating the charter rights of every single Canadian involved in ways that are beyond egregious and absolutely aligned with communist patterns. I will, don't be fooled, okay? He's not telling you stand up to communism. He's telling you stand up to Trump, because all of those freedoms he's doing down there, all of the things he's doing that he was elected to do and that he said he was going to do before he got elected, make him the bad guy. Whatever. I don't really care about Trump, frankly. I envy Americans, not because they have Trump, but because they have a politician who said he was going to do something, got elected, and then did it. We don't have that in Canada. None of our politicians do what they say they're going to do when they're elected, okay? Now, the Conservative Party's all like, oh, Mark Carney was elected to get a deal with Trump. Yeah, he was, and he said he would, and he didn't, and that's important. But what's exponentially more important is aligning us with the Communist Party of China. Strategically, sharing intelligence, all sorts of other things that are incredibly problematic, particularly for Chinese Canadian citizens that fled that fucking regime, okay? Apologize for the swear there, but my God. Anyway, much more importantly, I think we need to take what he said as permission. He said, resist conformity. If everyone keeps conforming, keeps towing the party line, keeps accepting encroachments on freedom without speaking up, then everybody else will too. So essentially, to me, that is an uber precedent. He's stating that Canada's position on the world stage is to stand up to forced and coerced conformity. So I suggest to Canadians everywhere that our job now is to follow his lead. And every Canadian citizen needs to start standing up and saying the thing that we have been told not to say, that we have been coerced and shamed and otherwise suppressed and chilled into not saying. So, thing number one, if you're an immigrant and you come here, assimilate, learn the language, learn our customs, be respectful. That begins with consideration of other humans in public space. The default Canadian mode, which is how I can always tell who's Canadian and who's not, which, by the way, is not about race, okay? I'm sorry, I'm in Vancouver. The racial makeup is extremely diverse, and it has been ever since I moved here when I was 8 years old. When I was teaching swimming lessons from 2002 to 2007 or 2001 to 2007, give or take, most of my classes were majority non-white, which is fine. And I didn't even notice it until everybody told me how racist we were later. And I'm like, I don't think so. What's going on with Indigenous people, that's a different conversation. There's a lot of data and evidence behind a lot of that, and we really need to start addressing it. But get me onto that. Murdered and missing Indigenous women and girls is not the fault of colonialism. It looks like it's the fault of substandard trauma and mental health support, exponentially substandard mental health supports for intergenerational trauma. It's poverty being enforced through lack of transparency in where all of this money is going, and corruption. Okay, other things we can say. Let's see. Men that rape women should not be put in female prisons. And they are being put in female prisons. Men who are pedophiles should be going to jail, regardless of their immigration status, okay? censoring Canadians on the internet in the name of protecting children while allowing pedophiles to get off with almost no punishment at all, and reducing punishments for people that aren't Canadian citizens so that they can become, oh, let's bring in more pedophiles. Yeah, that sounds like a good freaking plan. Okay, I'm done. Values need to be stable and steady. And the single most important thing that defines Canadians in shared public space that is creating a lot more division, that's also coming from top down, right? Don't be confused. It's coming top down. But in everyday life, where Canadians are getting incredibly frustrated, it's a complete lack of consideration, respect, and compassion for other humans existing in shared public space. Be aware of your surroundings. Consider other people when you make decisions. And yes, there are some Canadians that aren't going to be that way because 20% of the population are dark personalities and they're just assholes and you can't fix them. Okay, we mitigate for that. We screen for that. We start engaging with that as a principle. But otherwise, yes, the Canadian spirit is generally consideration, compassion, tolerance, and making room for other to exist in space.